In this video, we're going to look at the Zoom settings a little bit more closely. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to zoom.us because this is the best source for you to go ahead and set your preferences for your Zoom meetings. Remember, it's kind of like your set it and forget it. This is how your Zoom meetings will start unless you go back and alter the settings or kind of tweak them within the Zoom session. I'm going to go ahead and sign in with Google using my school credentials. And again, I can check to see that I have a licensed account by clicking on my initial in the upper right-hand corner. On the left-hand side, I'm going to click on Settings. And there are several different features. The first being security. Some of the Zoom settings are already enabled or disabled by default. Some of them I tweaked and some of them I did not. So you will have to, enable or disable them based off of your preference. I do have the waiting room enabled, so everyone will go to the waiting room. You are able to customize your waiting room with a logo. I know some teachers sometimes opt to have a warm-up or a welcome picture there, and you're also able to add a description. I would like to schedule my meetings so that me as a host, my video is turned off and my students' video is also off. Of course, participants can change this during the meeting if you choose to give them that access. I also have mute participants upon entry. So when my students come into the Zoom session, their microphones will automatically be off. Remember that the host can control whether participants can unmute themselves. So in Meeting Basic, here is our chat feature. I have this as turned on, where my participants can send messages in the chat box, and all of my other participants or students are able to see. You are able to turn that function off once your meeting starts. I do have private chat turned off, so participants or students are not able to send each other private messages. I do have a sound notification when someone leaves or joins. I also, this is really important, I have my co-host function turned on. I also have my polling function turned on. For screen sharing, who can share the screen? I have it defaulted to host only. If when my Zoom session starts, if I want one of my students or participants to take over, I can go ahead and change that setting within my session. Annotation. So do you want your participants to use the annotation tool? You might want to disable that or keep it enabled. If you use the whiteboard feature, I do have it checked where we are able to save the whiteboard content. Your remote control option is for if you have a co-host or an alternate host. If you want them to be able to take over your screen, then you want to make sure that this is enabled. Okay. Meeting reactions I have on. Allow participants to rename themselves. Again, I have this as enabled, so my students are able to rename themselves, but I can turn it off if I need to. Okay. But please feel free to scroll down and choose the settings that best fit the needs of you and your audience.